Going live to Mexico, the President Claudia Sheinbaum is offering statements. Let's go and listen.
Para el mercado nacional,
the national market, and another important part for exporting to the United States, to sending it to the United States. That avocado that doesn't pay any taxes for crossing over the border and being sold in the United States stores. So that avocado didn't pay any tariffs for being sold in the United States. What are the tariffs on that? So the United States is going to impose tariffs to everyone for receiving merchandise everywhere, for importing. So if they were imposing tariffs on the avocado, then in the United States they would have to cross over the border because it is produced here, but there is a tariff to be sold in the United States. If those tariffs on products of Vietnam, which is a very high percentage rate, for example, the Nike store, the Nike brand has 10 manufacturer plants in the United States, in Vietnam. So everything that was produced in Vietnam was sent to the United States with any tariffs to cross the border, and so they will impose a tariff now of 40%. So what does Trump wants to achieve with this? That instead of being manufactured in Vietnam, being manufactured in the United States. That's what he wants. And there are different conditions. And if Mexico would be imposed taxes on everything, it would be very much expensive in the United States. But it would have been much more expensive in the United States, and this would have diminished the quantity of avocados sold there. So he has right. Let's listen to economists who will refer to this topic with all clarity to understand that many Mexican products be on tariffs. So I would like you to ask, many of us were very uncertain about this, but of course you will mention the advances on the Mexican plan. But what I want you, what programs do we have to encourage to motivate the Mexican for consuming our national products, our national production? Because we are just suffering from now, and this will lead us to make drastic decisions. The Mexican plan is extraordinary, and surely with your improvements will be getting better. But we have to boost Mexicans to continue making enterprises and producing our own products. And well, then we will initiate. Well, the Economy Secretariat has initiated, and we will continue with our plan in Mexico, and we want to strengthen our national market in Mexico, which is already consolidated. So we will encourage that Mexicans produce and purchase more from the inside. So how the welfare programs help in this? If all the elderly in Mexico receive 6,000 pesos in two semesters, into those 6,000 pesos won't be saved, but they are used for buying things. So when people buy, there's more market in our country, and that purchase makes us to produce more and helps the economy. And what is the help? That the salary is higher and we can buy more things for the welfare of people. It is not about consumerism, but the welfare. So if today the minimum wage is higher, then families can acquire more products. If the majority of those products, of course not all, but a big part of those products are Mexican products, then there's gonna be more production in Mexico, more work opportunities, more job opportunities. Of course, we are an open market, namely the TEMEC, but with other countries too. And the target of the Mexican plan is to produce more in Mexico for increasing the welfare of Mexicans, men and women. Finally, the great goal of the fourth transformation, because the Mexican people must live happy and with welfare. Well, last question. I belong to the Noticias Daily in Oaxaca.
We were listening to the statements of the President of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum.